Joining us now, Senator Ron Johnson. He's with Senate Homeland Security and also Foreign Relations. It's a pleasure having you on, sir. So the White House has been focused on disciplining border agents over that false whipping incident that didn't happen. When already so far this year, 192 people on the terror watch list caught at all U.S. borders and ports of entry. That's already more than all of last fiscal year combined. What's your reaction, Senator?
Well, you said it all. It was a false picture. It didn't happen. Can you imagine how dispiriting that is to the men and women of Border Patrol? I'd ask your listeners, your viewers, would you want to be a Border Patrol agent right now? You signed up to do a job to keep this nation safe, to serve this nation, and this administration has created a crisis on the border, won't allow you to do your job, and then discipline you when there's a photo that shows something that didn't really happen. This is unbelievable what's happening on the border. Secretary Mayorkas won't even call it a crisis, not even a problem. He calls it a challenge. Last month, 7,700 people per day were apprehended at the border. That is almost 4 times higher than the 2,000 per day during the Obama administration crisis, where President Obama called that a humanitarian crisis. So it's completely out of control. This administration, Secretary Mayorkas, carrying out the orders of President Biden, caused this. They won't admit it. The news media is covering it up for it, except for a few news outlets like Fox. And so they think they're going to be able to get away with this, but this is incredibly dangerous for our country.
Senator, so already from last October through May, 192 people on the terror watch list caught at U.S. ports of entry and all the northern and southern border. This is just a generation after 9/11. I mean, you know, Americans out there, it would not be irrational or illogical for them to think that the White House is acting like 9/11 never happened.
Well, Elizabeth, that's who they caught. No, we're not even calling it apprehensions anymore. We're calling them encounters. So we're encountering over 7,700 people per day. Plus, we have known gotaways. We have also unknown gotaways. I mean, when you overwhelm the system with 7,700 people per day, Border Patrol has no idea who else comes in this country. And obviously, we don't know who we see the known gotaways, but we don't know who they are. So I think it's a far greater problem than this. If you're a determined terrorist, you know exactly how to get in this country.
Yeah, the Kansas woman who was working with ISIS, right? She was running a female ISIS battalion. She had briefed al-Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS, saying, I know how to get into the U.S. to plant backpacks filled with bombs at, she didn't name the college campus. She also wanted to go after shopping malls. She said the way to get in is to dress, quote, dress like an infidel and cross through the southern border.
Well, isn't that obvious? I don't want to give terrorists too many ideas. But again, 7,700 people per day. That opens up all kinds of lanes. It's one of the reasons we have 107,000 fentanyl deaths, because it opens up lanes for drug traffickers, other human traffickers. No, this is a disaster. This is a crisis, and this administration won't even admit it.
So there's not a word from the White House on the new historic numbers for illegal crossings, more than 239,000. Biden's border collapse, for that, they're focused on the root causes in Central America. The president and the vice president have been silent on the border for months. They don't go to the border. And you're right, the gotaways are a big problem, 800,000. Now we're hearing like even more worse numbers. On an annualized basis, 95,000 plus illegal immigrants led into the U.S. in May. If this keeps up, that's more than 1 million gotaways.
No, again, if they're looking for the root cause, all they have to do is walk inside the Oval Office. Walk into the Secretary of Homeland Security's office. They are the root cause of this crisis. Again, that is why they won't admit it. I have no idea why Democrats, why the Biden administration wants a completely open border, but that's what they want. I mean, they're even challenging Title 42. They were given a gift when the courts refused to end Title 42. That is the only restriction we have right now. If that is canceled, Title 42, that is a signal to the world that America has completely open borders, and then you will see a flood. You know, there are tens of millions of people around the world who want to come to America. Who wouldn't? And they will come because this administration is welcoming them.
Well, you know, the Hispanic voter is walking away from the Democrats. Polls show that. More and more Hispanics see what's going on, including at the border. They're walking away. Your final words, Senator.
That's because most people that do come to this country, even illegally, want to come for what America represents: opportunity, safety, jobs. They want to work hard. But there are bad people that are within that flow, and that's why we need a secure border. We need a legal immigration system. I would welcome a legal immigration system.
Okay. Senator Johnson, have a good weekend. It's a pleasure to have you on. Come back soon.